Oh, we got the harder guys coming now. Probably should have gone with steady aim for the deagles. Oh, suicide bombers. Always hate suicide bombers. Never like suicide bombers. Oh, oh no, I haven't got enough to buy body armor. That's why I can't afford it. Right, where are we, gents? Come on. You think you're hard? I love these ones. You can just shoot them once and they fall. Whoa, where did you come from? Oh, I'm gonna die. Run, 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 run. Probably should have started with something a bit simpler than a pistol. He went down quickly. How did that thing not blow up earlier when the suicide bomb was next to it? Last guy? Oh, I thought I was going to die to the last guy. That'd be embarrassing. What are we going to do? Should we go with a bit of air support, or are we just going to stick primarily with these pistols? I'm going to have to change this. What's the second best pistol? I think the 5.7 is definitely my favourite pistol. I just think it's the strongest pistol. Sorry, I've just got to, my hands get quite sweaty when I play, which is horrible. So I've just having to wipe my hands off. That's better. No, it hasn't helped at all. Anyway, where are we going now? I think this is probably the best area to hold. I don't know whether you guys are interested in me giving tips. I mean, the biggest tip I could probably give you, if you want to get to a high level, get to level 50, unlock sleight of hand on the Type 95, because the Type 95 is really overpowered in this as well. It's not just multiplayer. It's really, really strong in just this mode as well. Oh, come on, aim. Aim is getting slowly better. And everyone sort of says higher sensitivity is always the best, and I'll agree. Higher sensitivity is very useful. Run away! That's the wrong button for run. Higher sensitivity is very useful. I mean, I've always sort of stuck with playing on a very low sensitivity. Back in Black Ops, I used to play on 3 sensitivity, and I've tried ever since the release of Modern Warfare 3. I mean, I spent a lot of time talking to Fearcrowds about this, and he always sort of encouraged me to go for a high sensitivity, because he always plays on a 7 sensitivity, and he says it's so much better because you can turn on people. But I always find my aim goes a lot when I'm on a higher sensitivity, so I don't know whether it's all based down to personal preference, and what you shouldn't try and do is base it off what someone else does. I think the main thing is everyone tries to copy other people, and that always results in nothing being quite right. Like, I feel the best way to function in the game is to be comfortable, and if you're comfortable, then dog, go away. I hate the dogs. Love dogs, and someday I will buy myself an Alsatian, but definitely got this wrong. Sorry. Excuse me. I will buy myself an Alsatian. I love Alsatians. We've always had black labs. Well, say not always. We've got a yellow lab crossed with a golden retriever at the moment, and it's resulted in the most pathetically useless animal on the planet of the world, and the planet of the Earth, and face of the planet. That's the one I'm looking for. On the planet of the Earth. That's just that's just a fail, miserably. Yeah. And it's resulted in the most useless animal, to the point of when a delivery man comes up the drive, she will hide under the table so he doesn't know she's there. She is beyond a joke how pathetic she is, and I don't quite know why she's that bad. I mean, both of our dogs have been. Our last dog wasn't particularly the most manly animal. She was just a standard black lab, but she was so sort of they just won't bark, and they won't sort of have any sort of, I don't know, anything to them. They're very wussy animals, and for some reason I have no idea why. I guess my sister spoils them. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, I do want to get an Alsatian. Some of my parents' friends have got this Alsatian called Tommy, and he is the sweetest animal. Not the sweetest, he's the nicest dog in the world. Sweetest sounds a bit gay, doesn't it? He is such a cool dog. He's now 12, but he was an absolute beast when he was younger. Right, Juggernaut time. What are we going to do here? Try with damage him a bit with a deagle. Oh, if I can get one shot on target. 1, 2. Oh no. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. I think that would have been the end of me as well. Right, aim. That's just going to be the gun that's key. I'm going to shoot him in the head on. Get rape jug. I'm going to get screwed when it's two of them. Good way I even make it that high. This one's better high, isn't it? Aha! Well, that's ridiculous. He died easier than the helicopters. Well, actually, that makes sense. He's a human. He's a man walking around. Alright, so I haven't got to worry too much about the juggernauts. I think I'm going to have to change the deagle in a minute because that recoil is stupid. Should we try one of the... Let's try the Rex, shall we? Oh, it's not called the Rex in here. This thing. It's the ugliest revolver in the world. It was one that was in bad company. It was a class revolver, but I think they've kind of ruined it in this game. I got quite close to getting a mob with this one as well. I've only ever tried this one in the... yeah, this isn't very good. Oh no. Oh, brilliant. You're now surviving knives. Really, it was a bad choice going to this pistol, wasn't it? Ooh, got two people. Oh, that's embarrassing. That should not have taken me that long. That was bad. That was very bad. Let's change that pistol. What should we go for? USP or the P99? Let's go James Bond style with the P99. This thing looks so small. I swear it's not that tiny. 5.7 looks massive in comparison. But yes, I don't know why this is the last pistol we unlock. I was going to feel that it should get better as you go along, so I'd have thought the last pistol would be the Deagle. But hey, maybe this is incredible. I've never actually tried using this. It's got weird iron sights. It's a red dot on the back for it. But yeah, where was I going with this? I was at some point giving out tips for Spec Ops. As I said, start out at level 50 I think is the best way, best approach. Try and get to that and then try and go for the high rounds. Helps so much when you get the MG36, I'd recommend, with grip and a red dot, sleight of hand, and the Type 95 as a secondary. And just make sure you sort of keep the area around the gun resupply point so you can keep getting more ammo. Because in the later rounds, some of them takes the guys that come, which are sort of not the sort of semi-juggernaut guys. They've got the ones with the fads. I'm going to die here. Yeah, definitely going to die. I'm going down. Alright, come on, health regen. How have I not died? Stop rushing me! Your AK clearly outpowers my pistol. I wish you got the Pro Venos. Sleight of hand. So your weapon swapped out faster. Not that you really should have too much problem with pistol swapping in and out. But anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I'd definitely go for those two weapons. Personal preference on the Type 95 of whether you like the iron sights or the red dot. Most people prefer the red dot. There's not particularly great iron sights, are they? They're a bit sort of average. But yeah, and the MG36. The other heavy machine guns are really good. Like the M60 is probably the best one to have. But you've got the really big issue with the reload on it, which is so slow. And the MG36 isn't that much worse reload. You could go with the L86, but I don't really like the L86. I much prefer the MG36. I'm not sure why. I think it's actually worse than the other one. But wow, how am I on a rampage with the pistol? Yeah. It's not any... I think it's probably worse. The L86 is meant to be the best one. As I think T-Mart's done extensive videos in his Let's Ruin COD series. And if you hadn't guessed, I'm not a huge fan of T-Mart. I think he started out in some respects being very useful. Like, he's clearly very sort of knowledgeable of the maps and everything, and it is useful to some people. But I think in the sort of... he's ruined COD in so many ways. He just, as soon as he finds out about a glitch or anything, he stuck it up on YouTube, and because he's got so many people subscribed to him, a large majority of those people probably go out and play Call of Duty, and subsequently they pick up all these habits, and he kind of points out a lot of them as like hiding points he hides and jump spots, and a lot of those things you'll find a lot of people will just go and sit in those spots and just not move. So I'm not a huge fan of T-Mot's little series of those things, but I know a lot of people love him, and I don't hate him. I just it annoys me, those series. Oh, this is embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. I'm gonna die here. Flashbang out. Oh my god. There's a heck of a lot of them there. Another thing I really would not recommend in this game is using the noob tubes. They are shockingly bad. Flashbangs are very useful. What are the other things that are worth using in this game? Didn't think I even shot that guy. The pistols, they're not actually that bad. The striker's good, but it's not brilliant. The really good one for taking out the juggernauts, the AA-12, that absolutely wrecks them. This radar is confusing. Kind of feels like they should be closer to him.